So Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 3 has finally dropped on Disney+, continuing the tragic tale of Obi-Wan discovering the true fate of his former apprentice, Darth Vader. In the episode, we get some massive connections to the Star Wars books, games, comics, and TV shows, including one of Anakin's darkest moments. So hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. So the episode begins inside of the cargo ship that they used to escape last episode, with Obi-Wan yet again begging for his Master Qui-Gon Jinn to greet him from the cosmic force. Instead, however, he is only greeted by the chilling voice of Reva, warning Obi-Wan that Anakin is still alive. We then get some cross-cut shots of Darth Vader inside of his tank, intertwined with Obi-Wan hearing more voices from his past, including Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, and even Anakin on that fateful day on Mustafar. Right after this, we see the final construction of Darth Vader's suit onto his body, before he menacingly walks forward on his fortress on Mustafar. His suit in this series is actually pretty close to the one used in Rogue One. Next, Vader moves to his throne room and opens a hologram call with Reva, revealing that he has been watching her for some time now. He also offers Reva the position of Grand Inquisitor if she is successful in finding Kenobi. This finally confirms the long-held theory that the Grand Inquisitor is a rank that can be earned, rather than just going to the first Inquisitor who joined. In the very next shot, young Leia asks Obi-Wan what it feels like to use the Force, and he describes it as the feeling of safety you get after turning on a light in a dark room. Obviously, this is the Jedi's perspective on the Force, but it's actually pretty similar to the way Ahsoka explained it to a young child on the planet Tabeska shortly after Order 66. After crashing her Venator into the unknown ice moon, Ahsoka was forced to live in hiding from the Empire, and she eventually discovered a young Force-sensitive girl in the Outer Rim. She used a very similar way of describing the Force to her, but this was before she started moving towards the grey and the balance. After this, Obi-Wan and Leia's cargo ship arrives on the Imperial-controlled planet of Mapuzo, where lots of Imperial mining takes place. Mapuzo was mentioned in Star Wars Legends, and we don't know much about it apart from the fact that a huge robbery took place there. During their journey across the planet, Obi-Wan is having horrific visions which are powerful enough to even scare Leia. If it wasn't already clear, he's a very scarred man by this point in the timeline. Now, in the next shot, we arrive at an extremely cool location that we've actually seen before in Star Wars canon. This place is called Fortress Inquisitorius and is the home base of Darth Vader's Inquisitors. It is located on the moon Nur in the Mustafar system, but was only moved there after two Inquisitors fell in love at their old headquarters on Coruscant, and Darth Vader shredded up the whole area in order to find them. As a result, Palpatine forced Vader to move their headquarters to his home system of Mustafar, and here we are. It has previously appeared in the Darth Vader 2017 comics, as well as at the end of Jedi Fallen Order. Inside the main chamber, Reva comes out and asserts her position as the new leader following the Grand Inquisitor's death, if you can call it that, and you actually see some Jedi artifacts in the background. The first is either a Jedi Temple guard mask or one of the youngling helmets that they used to train, and after that you can see a row of lightsabers. These are presumably from inside the Jedi Temple after Darth Vader's complete slaughter in Operation Nightfall. Back on Mapuzo, Obi-Wan warns Leia that she shouldn't talk when they eventually get to their pickup point, but she goes right ahead anyway and gives them two names. She chooses the name Luma for herself and Orden for Kenobi. Obviously, when put together, Luma Orden is roughly equal to Light Order, aka the Jedi Order, and we've actually seen a Luma in canon, although it's a Tuka cat on Batuu at Galaxy's Edge who lost her owner and is called Luma. Next up, we get a hilarious scene where a bunch of stormtroopers hop onto the transport and Obi-Wan has to blag his way out of the situation, making a few mistakes on the way. He even says, "When I look at Luma, I see her mother's face," which he's honestly not even lying about. He sees so much of Padme in young Leia. After this, Obi-Wan has a heart-to-heart where he confirms that he is not her real father, or at least we hope not, and says that he barely remembers what his parents even look like anymore, apart from a few small details. This is consistent with what we've already learned in canon, and then Obi-Wan mentions that he had a brother. This is a bit of a throwback to the first ever script of A New Hope, where Uncle Owen was originally going to be Obi-Wan's brother. Cool to see that brought back into the canon. And it was also a bit of a storyline in Legends. In the next shot, Obi-Wan and Leia are pulled over at an Imperial checkpoint and the Stormtrooper says that he needs to initiate Protocol 23. This is directly connected to Protocol 13, which was used in Rogue One and at the end of Star Wars Rebels, and basically ordered all Imperial staff to retreat to a single location ready for evacuation. After this, Obi-Wan suffers a pretty bad Imperial entanglement, but is soon saved by a rogue Imperial officer. This then cuts back to Fortress Inquisitorius, where we find out that they're mining Vintrium for batteries on Mapuzo. That's a nice connection to Star Wars The Clone Wars adventure game from all the way back in the day. Let me know if you ever played that back in the day because it's pretty much impossible to find now. Right after, the Imperial officer brings Obi-Wan into a safe house and says that they've established a group of these all across the galaxy, sort of like an underground railroad for safety. The final destination at the end of the path, however, is actually Jabiim, which is an absolutely huge location from Obi-Wan's story in Star Wars Legends. The battle was so dire and bloody that Anakin Skywalker believed that Obi-Wan had even been killed there. As the battle was coming to an end, Anakin Skywalker, on the orders of Palpatine, decided that enough was enough and began an evacuation of all Republic clone troopers and Jedi. The locals were then left with the words, "This is your war now," which was seen as a disgusting betrayal by Skywalker himself. It's possible that the events of Jabiim will be referenced in canon in the next episode, but we'll have to wait and see how much is kept the same. Even though the locals of Jabiim won't know that Darth Vader is just Anakin Skywalker under the suit, we'll probably get a few references to his betrayal when we arrive there, just as offhand comments. I'll definitely be covering this comic in full very shortly, so hit that subscribe button if you want to see the full and horrific Battle of Jabiim. After this, Obi-Wan realizes that Quinlan Vos is alive and well and actually helps the operation to bring younglings in. We already knew that he was alive from the Darth Vader 2017 comics, so this is just the icing on top. In those comics, Darth Vader and the Grand Inquisitor have a list of the highest priority Jedi survivors that they need to hunt down immediately. Quinlan Vos is on that list and believed to be active. This also makes it much more likely that Quinlan Vos is Cid's Jedi contact from Star Wars The Bad Batch. Cid did say that she works with the Jedi from time to time, and given this new mention, that's probably going to be Quinlan Vos. While this is happening, Obi-Wan falls into a deep panic, realizing that something or someone terrible has arrived. As he looks outside the window of the safe house, he sees the man he once trained, Darth Vader, and the Inquisitors. As Obi-Wan tries to escape, he is immediately caught off guard by Vader, but chooses not to engage immediately. Obi-Wan tries to escape, but it's just no use. Vader immediately corners Kenobi and says that he has become what you made me. Heartbreaking line, and at this point, Obi-Wan himself believes that this is true. The reason he is in such a dark place is because he blames himself for both Anakin's fall and the current state of the galaxy. After this, we are thrown right into the action, no fake outs this time. The former master and apprentice clash their blue blades in a fight for the ages. Vader then says, "You should have killed me when you had the chance," obviously referring to Mustafar. And then Obi-Wan cuts a pipe to put smoke in Vader's face, just like Luke did on Cloud City with the Tabana gas. Right after, Vader lifts Kenobi into the air with the Force before stabbing his saber into the ground to create fire. This is kinda similar to what happened on Malachor in Star Wars Rebels, but regardless, Vader wants Obi-Wan to feel the same pain he did on Mustafar. I don't know about you guys, but this is probably one of the most brutal versions of Darth Vader that we've ever seen, even across the movies, animated shows, and the comics. Cutting back to the Inquisitors, the fifth brother is disgusted that Obi-Wan escaped, knowing they'll probably never get him at this point. For the final scene, we then move back to that cave where Reva has unfortunately caught up to young Leia and a huge chase is about to unfold. For that scene though, we'll have to wait until the next episode. So let me know in the comments what you thought about the fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. Did it meet your expectations, or were you hoping for a bit more? Also drop your predictions for the next episode in the comments down below, as I think it's going to be an absolutely massive episode. Thanks so much for watching guys, really hope you enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe button if you did, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it this far, drop a thank Mr. Darth Vader in the comments down below, I'll be sure to leave a heart for you.